Okay, so I'm going to create a model. This is a Redis model. I'll call it Redis cluster. This is my Redis cluster. I can save that. It shows up here. I can click this. Now I can edit the model content. So I can hit Edit Content. Has some example content here for you to fill in if you want. I already have a model that I want to put in. So I paste this in. It's got some Redis instances. Part of the application is called www, part of it's DB. Maybe I've got a Redis database. Tells me the number of containers I want, the min, the max, the default number I want to start. So I should start 3 www containers, 2 DB, and 1 Redis. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. You can see there's the model I just created. This is the very first version. It doesn't have any tags, so I'm going to go ahead and add a latest tag. And I also want a prod tag. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could come in here and edit this and change these things and save a new version. So I can say like, well, actually I want my default Redis to be 1. I want the max to be 3 here. And that should be good. So I'm just going to, I don't want to move the tags. I just want to save a new version. So here's my new version. See, my tags are still in this old version, but I've got both set up here. Now I can go back. You can see my models. There's my Redis cluster. Okay. So here it is. Now I can deploy any version that I've saved. Even this is the latest version I can see from here, but I've got my tags on prod, so I want to deploy the prod version. So I'm going to go deploy. I'm going to give it an app name. I'll say Redis prod. Which tag I want to deploy, I'm going to pick the prod tag. And which pool I want. Now there's a default pool. That's fine. I'm going to hit deploy. Okay. Now the scheduler is automatically creating instances, deploying my application, which I should be able to see here now. There's my Redis prod, which pool it's coming out of, and which model and tag it came from. And click here and see what the application is made up of. So I can see that the application is made up of the 3 components. Remember when I edited the model, I had 3 components as the count, the different types of component. These happen to be comprised of 3 different blocks of containers. 2 DB containers, 1 Redis container, and 3 www containers. Now, it's up to me to go ahead and kick this off. So I'm going to go ahead and start this DB. I'm going to start the Redis, and I'm going to start the www. And what that's doing is that's telling the scheduler to go ahead and find the place to run those containers and pull and deploy those and configure and run them just like I had configured. Well, there we go. So the DBs are all set up. It tells you which host it decided to put them on, the name of the container itself, the state, and the container ID. So I can pop in here and say, I want to check out this container right here. I can see the information about the container, all the configuration, any environment variables that were set up, network configuration, etc. I can check the logs on it. I can see that it's running as of just now, running version 3, which is the absolute newest. Okay, I can go back. Let's take a look at this again and say, okay, what's the status of this Redis container? Oh, that's up and running. And the www containers, there should be 3. There are 3. Let's go back and double check that. Let's do Redis prod. There's all the containers I wanted to run based on my model and based on the application that I deployed.